Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Asshole Consulting. I want to thank all of you who have been patient the past 5-10 days with the email problems we've been having, so we finally got that, not fixed, but addressed. Hi, Aaron. God has blessed this world for your presence. This is very nice. Hi, Aaron. God has blessed this world for your presence. I love the work that you do. Well, thank you. In this day and age of empowerment, you are one of the few that listens to problems of men and giving a solution. I don't think I'm the only one. Here's the good news. I know this has nothing to do with your thing, but we'll talk about it anyway. Look, there's a established and growing community of men, and you're never going to shut them up. You're just not. Because the number one thing that drives men is women and sex. And since that's all fucked up, these guys are going to be here for the long haul. I mean, that's why we built civilization, even bother going to college. So it's not just me, but yeah, I mean, there's Roosh, there's the Red Pill Group, there's Rich Cooper, there's Rollo Tomasi, Bernard Chapin, even though I disagree with him. What else? Chateau Artiste. I mean, there's scores of others. I haven't even Pushing Rubber Downhill, Adam Pickett. There are hundreds, I'd say, of men active on it. Terrence Popp, prominent and active on the internet, and for every one of them, there's got to be at least 1,000. At least 1,000. I wouldn't even say followers, but somewhat also active men. And we've been having this red pill thing now for what, 15 years? A lot of these young guys are starting they're in their 30s now. These are aged men who are somewhat starting to gather wisdom and wise. And now we got the internet, and young people today, they don't have to wander in the desert in the analog days. So yeah, it's not just me, but there's a lot of guys out there, and God bless them all. But yeah, not just me, but yeah, you can tune into Masculine Geek, those guys. Yeah, so it's not just me, but it's a lot of us. This has been a group effort and has been a fucking war. By the way, God bless you for getting the idea of getting a bike rather than a car and bad shit, bad economics. I hope God accepts you to heaven for that idea. Let's say there's more in the anti-reason for Cappy to get past St. Pete versus the pro-Cappy. Cappy had dark lives before all you knew him. I'm 25, living in Vancouver, British Columbia. You are in a beautiful part. You can go ride up to Hyder, Kitwanga, Smithers. You got perfect place for riding a motorcycle. I've been working in the delivery driver service jobs around my city. So I've been thinking about taking the profession of trucking seriously, because when I stopped chasing tail and started work on myself, I realized my strengths and what I'm actually good at. Set a goal to buy a house and take care of my mom, and she has done a lot for me. I want to take care of her as she gets older. I also set up a small business where we sell t-shirts to local businesses, sized and designed by my friends I met in Canada that go to fashion school, and produced in Bangladesh through my connections of my old friends I grew up with before I moved to Canada. The guys from Bangladesh. My goal is to get this company to generate 2 to 3 clients each month, each contract pulling in $3,000 to $5,000 per contract. I just made my first sale, and with the delivery driver job, I think we'll be able to rack in more clients through word of mouth. But it's still early stage, and me being young, I don't know if I'm still living in the world of fantasy and have the belief in myself to make this a thriving business. For me to own a house where Vancouver real estate is expensive, oh yeah. Although I guess it's coming down now. There's been some commentary that they either passed a law that limited foreign investment, and so now the Chinese money has dried up or dwindled, and now people can't sell them. You may see a little correction there. Don't quote me on that, though. Yes, but still, Vancouver real estate is expensive. I'm thinking of becoming a trucker for the next 5 years. I think this is a great way to make money, fantastic way to finance invest capital in my business, a trade in demand, as you say in your videos. I also think it's ideal because I'm at an age where traveling and going to new places is ideal as this age, as you talk about in your Reconnaissance Man video. Yes! Yeah, absolutely! Not to mention, game up some ladies in my travels. Dude, how... Here's an idea. This has nothing to do with it. You're a Bangladeshi truck driver in Canada, and you're doing reconnaissance through Canada, probably even the United States. I imagine you're going to haul some stuff interstate or intercountry. You should just have a blog or just take some notes as you're going, because that would make an interesting book. You got all the ingredients. Bangladeshi immigrant driving truck in the great American and Canadian West who's trying to pick up chicks. I'm just saying it has potential. So consider that. I would like to know what you think about this. Should I just become a trucker, drive around North America, save money for the 50-80% down payment on a house, and get into a good state financially, become a provider male? I don't know. If you support yourself and make good money, by default you'd be a provider male. But I would not identify yourself as a provider male. My approach to women is I take equality very serious, and literally I treat women as equal. Again, people were shocked I charged my girlfriend rent. I'm like, no. I don't run the Aaron Clary charity show, and if I'm taxed to subsidize single moms and affirmative action programs and take a second place to hiring preferences, no, women are going to fucking pay. There's rights and privileges, and then there's costs and responsibilities, and they come together. It's a package deal. So I insist on women being treated equally. So I would never be a provider male. The woman should provide for herself. You should provide for your kids, if you did want to have kids and raise a family, but that's down the road. But I would not ever aim to view myself, or a goal of mine would ever be, well, I'm a provider male. The only thing I'm going to provide for is fucking me, right? That's it. And all the other girls who like to, oh, well, you better have a fucking job. No, I don't know. You better not have no debt. No, I'm not going to help you out. Oh, you'd like to live with it. You're going to pay rent. And that is treating women equally. I am a feminist in that regard. I'm not even being facetious, and even in the slightest. That is treating women like equals. So I would, maybe that's a holdover from your culture, but get rid of that. That doesn't happen in Canada and the United States. That doesn't happen in the West. Unless you were to go back and find a traditional Bangladeshi girl, and okay, exceptions aside. Or stay in my current job and get promoted. But the job I'm working for, and pay them to advertise my t-shirt company business in their water bottle package and scale my business, factoring in the high degree of chance my managers are going to start using predatory tactics to push me to the side and take over my business. Also, would love to know your thoughts about if you think I should start making moves on some older women like Tom Likas talks about, as I've been getting some looks when I walk through my daily life, as I've noticed girls my age are going for extremely rich old men. Well, yeah, that's what hot young chicks do. Or good-looking guys in my city, they pay less attention to me. All right, hang on. Your current job, you can cross-sell your shirts, is what you're saying. You work at catering now. Okay, I also set up a small business which will promote the company. Besides that, I'm a friend in Canada. The only connection my old friends grew up before Canada. My goal is to get this company to generate 2 to 3 clients a month each contract. I just made my first sale. I'll be able to rack in more clients through word of mouth, but at this very early stage of me being young, I don't. Okay. If you are, you got your first contract. There's fish in the water. They bit. All right? And as long as you don't aggressively expand, like order $40,000 of shirts, all right, you wait till the order comes in, and now you wait till the order comes in, you wait till the money comes in, then you talk to your buddies back in Bangladesh, you have the things, and do that. I'm going to say, for now at least anyway, see how many more fish are in this water and see if you can make a go at it. Because if you're making, say, $4,000 a contract, and you just got your first one, that's good money. That's really good money. And you get a couple more of those, you could keep it coming, then you're talking some serious money. I'm always pro entrepreneurship. So since there seems to be, a couple sprouts are growing here, let's evaluate and fully flesh this idea out and see if there's more money to be made. See if you got yourself a gold mine there. All right? So I would keep driving catering, focus on selling your shirts. I try to find a way to, on one hand, you want to use your current catering company to help make more sales. At the same time, you got to figure out a way to not be dependent on that, because I don't know if you're right, but there is a chance those guys might try and muscle you out and say, well, we really are going to go, da. So you got to, one, set up an LLC to run that out. or I don't know what the Canadian equivalent is. You got to set up a legal entity so the company owns it, and this is your contract and your rights. They'll provide a clear. No, that's a separate company. You don't get to take that from And they can say, fine, you don't get to do our advertising and use our catering service. So they have every right to do that. But there is that risk, and then you also got to find a way to not be dependent on that means of marketing. But for now, don't worry about what can happen down the road bad. Right now, good things are happening. Certainly prepare for it, creating a separate legal entity, business accounts and everything. Don't overexpand. For God's sake, don't borrow money to do this. See where this goes. See if you can't make a decent amount of money. And if you can't, okay, fine. That was a one-off deal. You can't repeat it. It's not worth living on. It's not enough to live on. Then I would go and pursue becoming a CDL or whatever the Canadian equivalent is. I become a North American truck driver. I think that would be a very good. You're going to have to go to school, get certified, I'm sure, for all that other stuff. But let's see if this works first, okay? Because if you could just sell T-shirts because you got a magic in and you got a great supplier, you got the system, and you're making $200,000 a year selling shirts, and okay, then you just hop on your motorcycle, you go drive, you check in on your people on the internet on your phone, and then you're not having a haul truck and maybe make $50,000 or $60,000 a year, which is nothing bad. But see if that idea works. If that doesn't, which I'm going to tell you to expect it's not, because that's how entrepreneurship works. Most of your ideas aren't going to work, especially something as basic as selling shirts. But you may have that magical formula. If it doesn't work out, then you go to trucking school over North America, driving truck, traveling, doing your reconnaissance while you work. I think that's a good idea as well. In terms of saving up money for housing, I would not save up money for a Vancouver house. Because how do you know you're going to want to stay in Vancouver? What if you want Kamloops? What if you want Smithers? What if you want Prince George? Don't go to Prince George, by the way. Don't go. It's just not. This poor kid. He had a bunch of drunk Indians coming into the gas station, and you just could see they could just take him over if they wanted to. And I'm like, that's right, you guys don't have guns here. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get my gas, get the hell out of here. It's a hick town. It wasn't that nice. You need to do reconnaissance first. Check out, and you're in the great part of Canada. British Columbia, although leftist and hippy-dippy, but then there's Alberta as well. But man, that Revelstoke, Castlegar, Sycamus, Salmon Arm. So you go straight north, not Hiders, Alaska, but you can go to Smithers is a nice area. You're just in a real nice area. Go travel British Columbia, man. Go check that out. Find yourself a nice conservative town where property is a little bit cheaper. See if you don't like that. Because I know you're in Vancouver, you're familiar with it, but I would not be buying in Vancouver. Didn't they come up with like if you own a second house and it's not rented out, the city owns it or something like that? Vancouver unoccupied tax, yeah. Affordable empty homes tax, City of Vancouver. Yeah, when your city starts taxing wealth, production, and income, you don't want to live there, man. An op-ed bond have been issued, late declarations. What is the tax? 1% of the property's assessed value. Oh, go fuck yourself. Vancouver, go fuck yourself. Yeah, so do your reconnaissance. Go travel. And here's what what you're gonna have to do. If the shirt business takes off, hop on that bike, start traveling around. Good news is you don't have to go that far, because there's plenty of beautiful places all around you, all the way out to Calgary, which it's a day's drive. You can make it. So I'd start your reconnaissance there, and it's a beautiful part of Canada. You have to do it on your motorcycle, though, or your car. If the shirt sales don't go through right, then you're going to use your trucking. And then you get to check out the United States a little bit. Maybe look into Las Vegas. God, a ton of Canadians come down during winter. Also in Phoenix. Puerto Penasco might be another interesting place you might like, although that's Mexico. But you're going to be driving around, and I would just explore. Either through a trucking job or through your own volition, as you're making billions of dollars on shirts. And be prepared to take several years, man. They're two big countries. It's a big continent. It's going to be at least several years. I'm still exploring the United States. I still haven't gone anywhere near that I wanted to go. I've hit all the major roads, all the major destinations, but I haven't gone off into the wilderness or little towns or anything like that. It might take you 5 years by the time you're 30, but that's fine, because by that time you should have enough money saved up for a down payment. If you find the right town, and it's not some douchebag town full of Marxist leftists who just can't talk because Justin Trudeau's dick is so far down their throat, it may be a small little quiet town, and it may only be $150,000, and you get paid and your property taxes and very low, and you may be able to pay cash for it. So I like the idea of saving up a war fund for purchasing a house or a down payment, but do not think you're going to be in Vancouver. All right, that's what Reconnaissance is for. And I think with your entrepreneurial spirit, low taxes, I'm going to assume at least libertarian politics, you're not going to be destined for Vancouver. And you might want to go and find some other place that at least culturally, politically, and philosophically is more in line with you and your work ethic. So yeah, just, wait and see. Save 8% advertising. Oh, the moves on older women. Sure. Nothing wrong with dating and banging older women. Nothing wrong with that. And you know what? Nothing wrong. Older. What do you mean older? Like 2 or 3 years older? Well, she's your age. Okay, you can date, and if you wanted to, get married to a gal like that. But if you're just looking for fun, older, do you mean like you're 25 and she's a hot 38-year-old, which they do exist? Yeah, but they're going to come with kids. They're going to come with baggage. Thankfully, a lot of them just want to have sex and they know the fuck to go away. Like, you're their boy toy. It was cool in the 20s. It was good being a dance whore. It was all right. But yeah, there was never any marriage or long-term anything like that. But yeah, go ahead. If you got older gals interested in you, go get them, tiger. Just, don't marry them and don't commit to them and don't date them. And every once in a while you got to look out for them, because I remember I was in my young 30s, and man, this one gal, and she was not a cougar or a MILF. She was just an ugly, old-looking 55-year-old woman. Last day of class, she got all gussied up, and she must have had it professionally done. It's like, lady, do these pants make me look fat? No, it's your fat that makes you look fat. That's what I mean. It's like, lady, you're ugly, you're old. No makeup is going to save you. You got to look out for those, because then they actually think, I can have a boy toy. They believe, this is when it was like, 50's the new 25. It's like, no, it really ain't. That's just dumbass shit you broads listen to on the television and the talkie talk, don't you? Yeah, no, you see how that works out for you. I think that's kind of gone away. I don't think you got all these now baby boomer women, 65's the new 32. Hang on, let me put my teeth in for you. Fucking drool. Remember when you had those grandma, they give you that big wet kiss, you're like, ugh. What did you put spit all over? What the hell? Those are baby boomer cougars nowadays. Like, come on, baby, light my fire. Fucking golem. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Check out all the cool links below. Read this book, Bachelor Economics. Oh, covering the thing. There you go. That'll give you all the things and stuff you need to know. And then pertinent to traveling, Reconnaissance Man. Get that. Yes, that's me on the cover. Yes, that is Arches National Park. And yes, you guys should all go there. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.